The afternoon light filtered through the soft curtains of a small countryside home. In the middle of the room, a young girl sat cross-legged, her eyes sparkling as she gazed at a colorful picture book. "Can you tell what this is?" Diep asked with a smile, holding up the book. "Doraemon." The little girl, NHI, answered brightly. "That's right. This box is magical," Diep teased, pretending to blow into her hands like a magician. "All right, take a small bite, okay? It's still hot." Moments like these had become a rhythm in their home, tender, simple, yet filled with unspoken love. Outside, the late-season wind carried the smell of freshly roasted corn. It was James's business now, far from the towering office buildings he once ruled as a CEO. "Normally, how much do you sell a bag of this for?" a local buyer asked. James studied the corn thoughtfully. "You tell me how much you think you can buy it for." The man hesitated. "How about 63,000? James nodded slowly. "It's worth 65,000. At 65, I can cover my costs." They shook hands. "All right, 65,000 then. It's our first deal. Let's call it friendship pricing." "Okay, brother," James smiled. "How many bags are we talking about?" "Nearly 30, including the ones below." James exhaled. "Not a huge lot, but it's a start. If the next batch is good, I'll reserve it for you." "Same price. Deal." "It's nice working with honest folks," the man said as they sealed the agreement. Their conversation was interrupted by a small, trembling voice. "Where are you going?" James called out as NHI stood by the doorway, clutching her tiny backpack. "I'm going home, to my real parents." James froze. "You're not staying here anymore? After all these years?" "You're not my real dad," his heart sank. "But I've raised you all this time, haven't I?" NHI looked down, tears welling up. "Even if you raised me, you're not my real father." "Don't go, NHI." The air grew heavy. Diep stood silently, unsure what to say. Later, James sat alone on the porch, staring blankly at the road that led out of the village. "I found her abandoned years ago. I didn't even know who her parents were. Now she's heard they've been found, and she doesn't want to stay." "Everything I've done, all those years," his friend sighed. "She's old enough to choose, James." "Let her go. If she remembers your kindness, she'll come back someday. And if she doesn't, you still did good." James nodded faintly. "Maybe you're right. Let's just focus on work." He turned back to the corn. "All right, 65,000 it is. Please pack them up this afternoon, and I'll send the truck to weigh and load them." Got it. I'll call for extra help. Business resumed, but his mind wandered. He had built this humble trade with his own hands, every grain of corn, every fence post, a reminder of his new beginning after walking away from corporate glory. Yet, the silence left by Nee's departure cut deeper than any loss he'd known. Later that day, he arrived at Deep's house, the woman who had quietly stood by him through his transformation. Mr. James, she called out, spotting him at the gate. You've come. Hey there, little one, he said as NHI, now back from school, ran up to him. That's a pretty backpack you've got. Do you like it? Yes. Can I wear it now? She grinned. Her laughter filled the yard. Even amid the ache of uncertainty, James felt something settle, peace, maybe, or the fragile hope that life could still be kind. The next morning, Deep greeted him at the garden fence. You've come early. I wanted to get a head start. I brought the fencing materials, James said, wiping his brow. Perfect. Let's fence the garden before the chickens start digging everything up again. Oh, my hands are dry lately, the skin keeps peeling. Let me see. It's nothing serious, James reassured her gently. Come, let's take a short break and drink some water. Inside, she gathered straw. What's that for? To burn and make compost, she explained. As they worked, Deep asked casually, you were hard to reach yesterday. Busy again? I was sorting out the rental paperwork for the new site. Deposits done. Just waiting for the signage now. Signage? She tilted her head. Our official opening, or as we say in business, the grand launch. Oh, she smiled, amused. So that's what you call it. Launching. They shared a quiet laugh, the kind that comes naturally between people who've weathered life together. Come on, James said. Let's finish the fence today before it gets dark. They worked side by side, measuring and marking the land. Should we fence all the way to the end or stop at the slope? James asked. Just to hear, she pointed. From this line down. I'll dig from this side. All right, he nodded. Let's make it straight. Maybe push that pile of soil downhill. It'll take forever to burn. The earth was stubborn, hard clay that clung to their tools. Should we dig deeper? She asked. For concrete posts, yes, they need to be firm. Okay, I'll go plant the seedlings now. You can finish this part. Sure, he smiled. Go on, I've got this. As she walked away, her figure against the golden field was framed by sunlight. He remembered boardrooms and suits, the sharp smell of coffee and ambition. Now, his world was earth, straw, and the quiet company of someone who didn't care about titles. It felt right. Hours passed. James, have some water, Deep called, bringing him a glass. This is our home now, he said softly, looking around. The harder we work, the more beautiful it'll become. She smiled. That's the plan. They chatted about vegetables, cabbage, cauliflower, mustard greens, even tomatoes. You love tomatoes, right? She teased. Of course, he grinned. Tomato and egg soup, my favorite. She laughed again. You're easy to please. When he noticed her planting too close together, he leaned in. These cabbages will grow big. If they're too close, they'll choke each other, she nodded. Got it. I'll space them out. Let me lift the posts, he offered. Can you handle that alone? I've got it, he insisted. She handed him the hoe. All right, but don't overdo it, mister. CEO, by late afternoon, the air turned golden. You'd better go pick up NHI, James reminded her. Oh no, I almost lost track of time. Please, finish this part for me. Go. I'll handle it. When she returned, Nye's laughter echoed again. Hello, Mr. James. Hey, kiddo. How was school? Fun. Why didn't you come to play yesterday? I was busy, but I'm here now. The three of them continued the day's work, side by side, a picture of quiet domestic warmth. Deep, can I help? NHI asked eagerly. Not this time, sweetie. Go sit inside, we'll cook soon. Okay. Moments later, she reappeared with a broom. What are you doing now? James asked. I want to help you clean, he chuckled. You're too sweet. But that broom's heavy. Let me show you. Hold it like this, that's right. You'll make a great helper one day. He looked up and met Deep's eyes. For a moment, they both smiled. Maybe family wasn't about blood. Maybe it was about the hands that stayed when everyone else left. As dusk settled, they tied the last of the ropes securing the fence. Pull this side tighter, Deep said. Got it. Do you need help? Yes. Hold this post steady for me. From inside, Nye's voice piped up again. Are you tired? I'll pour you some water. James laughed softly. Thank you, NHI. By the time they finished, the stars had begun to appear. Soon, we'll have our own vegetables, James said, looking at their handiwork. Fresh food for NHI. She'll love that, Deep replied, and maybe a few chickens too, he added playfully. NHI giggled. I love chicken. Their laughter mingled with the chirping of crickets, a simple evening, built not on wealth or fame, but on care, hard work, and quiet understanding. For James, this wasn't just a new chapter. It was redemption. For Deep, it was partnership. And for NHI, it was home.